When malls were being talked about 20 years ago, when IT parks were being spoken about 20 years ago, every mall and IT park that we see in the country today has come up in the last 20 years, right? And all of them had headwinds, all of them had challenges, but still, I think we have one of the best assets across each city now. There are a lot of pre-qualifying criteria that go into identifying sites for a data center. And these also vary from business to business. So whether it's distance from the railway stations, metros, away from chemical industries, even distance from certain residential areas, depending on the size of data center that you're doing. Not every site would qualify to be developed as a data center. There is a lot of prerequisites that go into identifying, shortlisting, and qualifying a location before one can goes into it, and that goes without saying that the power availability, the infrastructure, the fiber, and the other requirements have to be met. So there are a long list of criteria that one needs to keep in mind before identifying a more suitable location. And again, as I mentioned and hinted in the last statement, this is something which would require a lot of capital in India and globally. Only those firms, even the existing Indian data center firms, to be able to meet the demand, will have to look at more capital sources to make sure that they expand their footprint and keep up with the demand that we are seeing. So capital and the nature of how data centers have to be set up, not just anywhere. You cannot, most of the buildings that we see which are ready cannot be used for data centers. Plus the power that is required, not every location has enough power. So as a country, we can theoretically be called as power surplus, but when it comes to distribution, when it comes to the actual on-ground substation availability, transformers, and the last mile connectivity to that remains the challenge. We have almost 15 cables landing into India now, but it's the interior, the domestic fiber network, which remains a challenge. So, but that's the case with every new emerging asset class. So when malls were being talked about 20 years ago, when IT parks were being spoken about 20 years ago, every mall and IT park that we see in the country today has come up in the last 20 years, right? And all of them had headwinds, all of them had challenges, but still, I think we have one of the best assets across each city now. So there would be headwinds. These are not something which is going to stop the growth of this asset class.